Hello, welcome to the channel Software Data Boss. So this is Python tutorial number 3 where I will be discussing about the string. If you are first time visiting this YouTube channel, you can subscribe to the channel to get and hit the notification bell icon to get updates about the latest videos. So let's start the Python tutorial. I will be talking about the string today. So let's move that strings. What are different types of strings in Python? So yeah, so I'm giving here heading string. Okay, so heading, you have to select here heading. Okay, this is Jupyter Notebook. Okay, it is come up with the Anaconda package. If you haven't downloaded, download the Anaconda package. Search on the YouTube how to install Anaconda and how to open the Jupyter Notebook and Windows. You have to search for that. Okay, install accordingly if you have a non-CS background. Okay, so string that we are going to study. So in Python, whatever in a single quotation or in a double quotation, consider as a string. If I write something, if I write like here my name Amol, okay, in a quotation, single quotation, it will be considered as a string. Even I can write in a double quotation. So everything in the double or single quotation will be considered as a string in the Python. So here I have taken one variable, a business city variable where I have assigned the value Mumbai. So I can print this variable, print with the print statement, print business city. So let me print it, let print business city. So it will execute, it will give me result Mumbai because Mumbai is stored in business city. So how the string stored, string stored like this. So there will be a business city variable in the memory. In the memory, there will be a business city variable. In business city variable, in a computer stack memory, this Mumbai will be stored like this: M, U, then M, then B, then A, then I. Like that, it will be stored in a sequential sequential manner in a memory. Okay, so what happens in Python, indexing start from 0. So M will have an index value 0. Remember, this maybe first time if you are from non-CS background, you may get confused. So remember, the Mumbai M has a value index 0, U has a value index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4 and index 5. So 0 to 5. Okay, there are 5 characters in this particular Mumbai string. In this Mumbai string, there are 6 characters are there from 0 to 5. Indexing start from 0. Okay. Now, what is indexing? Why do we need indexing? I will tell you later. But remember, at this point of time, this time. So, business city considering the variable Mumbai. When I print the Mumbai city, then I am getting that output. Okay. So you can test like this. You can, if I create a plus sign, click on a plus, and then I'm just creating a new variable. Let's take a new variable. I create okay, city. You can create a variable city. I'm giving, let's take New York City, New York. So you can assign the variable and then you can print it. If I just write here city is a last statement executed by default. I told you hit shift enter, then you'll get New York as a string. Okay, so double quote or a single, you can give a single quote or a double quote will be considered as a string. Now next thing, okay, you cannot do like this. See here, business city, I have taken the variable, I am starting with single quote and ending a string with double quote. Okay, this is not allowed. Either you start with a single quote and with single quote, or start with double quote and end with double quote. But you cannot do like starting with single quote. You cannot do like that. You're just starting the string with a single quote. Okay, I'm writing my name and I'm ending with double quote. This will throw me error. Okay, this will give error. So let's run this. If I run this cell, I'll get error. Okay, what error I'm getting? I'm getting error EOL while scanning the string literal. Okay, so this point is the error, because if you are starting with single quote, you should end the string with single quote only. So okay, yeah. Now again, you can do like that. See, a double quote outside is there, and in between you are putting a single quote. Okay, so this inside, starting with double quote, ending with double quote, and whatever will be inside, it will be considered as a string. Okay, so see, let me print this, or I can just copy this and paste over here, because last statement executed by default. So business city, I am getting Mumbai. Okay, so whatever in a double quote, it considered as a string. Now what I am doing now, see, I have taken the variable business city. I am assigning Mumbai, MUMB, and then I'm giving single quote. Okay, and then again I'm giving single quote over here. So this will throw error. Why this will throw error? It is confused whether to consider this as a string or this part as a string, right? Because either it should be like this, then double quote it would have worked, right? But single quote, let's say if I hit the enter, it will throw the error. See the error. Okay, because it is confused, because which to consider the string, either this or this, right? Okay, so if you want to give anything, right, if you have started with single quote, ending with double quote, then in the middle there should not be any single quote, right? You can give like double quote. If you give double quote, then it should print, it should work. Yeah, it's working. So we print it, business city. Now let's take business city. Mumbai is the business city of India. So if I click it, now see, I'm getting that particular string, right? Now, but can we get rid of this? Can we have like, single quote and then single quote and then single quote? That should work fine for me. Okay, see here what happens if I remove this slash symbol, okay, and only see, then it will confuse whether this part as a string or this part as a string. It is slightly confused, right? It will throw the error, right? But what do you want? You want this also, so you have to write a backslash over here. Backslash. Okay, now if I hit enter, if I see the country variable, if I print country variable, and then what are result? I am getting result India, Mumbai. So I am getting everything inside this double quote as a string, even though I have double quotes in between also. So slash variable, it is called ASCII sequence. What this concept is, a concept of ASCII sequence. If you search on the Google, concept of ASCII sequence, then you will know very well. Okay, on the Google you have to search ASCII sequence, ASCII sequence in Python. Then you'll get better idea about it. How you have different websites, you can go through that. I will not go into that detail, but you need to study the ASCII sequence. Okay, now see here, I have here earlier, if I remove this backslash and if I just print, it will throw the error, right? But I want a starting of string with single quote, ending of single quote, legal, but I have single quote in the middle also, that is throwing the error, right? If I put slash over here, then it will work fine. So let me give let me print this country. So this is printing now, right? So like that you can work on the strings. So now what is a multi-line string? What is multi-line string? Multi-line string is same as a docstring. In a previous tutorial we have seen the docstring. What is docstring in the Python, right? See, these are the single, either you can write a complete single line, right? But you want multi-lines, right? Multi-line string. So how you can do that? Let's do the heading multi-line string. So multi-line string. Now I am creating now multi-line string. So yeah, okay, just a second. Yeah, multi-line string. So let me create a new cell. Okay, if I write here, let's take America. I'm taking the country America. Okay, America. Okay, multi-line string, you have to give either single, triple quotes or a starting will be with starting. The multi-line comment will start, multi-line string will start with single, triple quotes and ending with single, triple quotes, or starting with single double quotes 3 time double quotes or ending with 3 time double quotes. Like that it will be start and end, like docstring only. But docstring you write at the beginning of the document to describe what this document are about, right? But the multi-line string you include in between the program, right? Okay. So if I write here, let's take America variable I'm creating. So I want to use triple quotes. Okay, triple quotes. I'll write like number one GDP in the world. Number one GDP in the world. Number one GDP in the world. All global tech giant shed in US. All tech giant based in USA. Okay. Now the next one I'll write the army is most powerful in the world, most powerful in the world. Then next I will write okay, so president wife considered to be president wife first lady of America, first lady of USA. So like that I have written over here. So see, this is the multi-line string I have created here. Okay, not single line. If I hit shift enter, see, now I want to print this America. So it is getting printed. Let me check. Okay, yeah. So number one, see, what is this backslash n indicating? I already told you backslash n is indicating the end of the line. Okay, so world, now control is going to the next line. Then again there is, after USA there is a backslash n, right? So control is going to the next line, like that. So your this is called multi-line string that you can write in the Python. Okay, this way. Now string concatenation. What is string concatenation? So what is concatenation? Adding two things. Adding two strings is a string concatenation. So we can do that. So let's take, suppose I have my name is Amol. Okay, I'm creating a variable called name. Okay, and let's take John. Okay, the name is John. Okay, and his surname. Okay, I'm creating his surname. That is, let's take John Allen. Okay, now what we can do? We can add this. Okay, so full name, I can create a third variable called full name. Full name is equal to, I can add this two as a string, and I can add this to string. That's called string concatenation. So name plus surname, and I will print this full name at the end. Okay, oh, this will throw the error. Okay, yeah. So now I'll print this full name, then it should return me John Allen. Okay, there is no space because I need to add the space also, right? Yeah, if I add this space, okay, adding space, and then adding plus. Okay, so see, this space will be there. First name will be coming, name is John, because John is stored in the name, then I have given a name variable, then space will be there. Okay, after that the Allen will be surname, Allen stored in the surname. If I hit the full name, then I am getting space now, John Allen. Okay, so this is called string concatenation. You can print like that also. Print, you can include print statement also inside the print statement. Okay, inside the print statement you can write I am. Okay, okay, let's see the print statement later. Okay, first, so I hope you understood this string concatenation. Okay, now next is the print statement. Okay, next is the print statement. This is a very important statement in the Python. So I am giving heading print statement. So print statement, yeah. Now I have taken the variable country where I stored the string India. Okay, you have to type everything. I already typed here, but you have to type country, whichever country you are living. Okay, you can type that. Okay, now print I born in now giving comma and giving the variable country, and then again I am a CS engineer, computer science engineer. Okay, so what's happening here in a print statement Python, what you can do, if you want to include the variable inside the print statement, then you have to give either a comma, okay, whatever string you want to write, okay, you write, then give comma, whatever the string you want, after that you can give that, like that. Okay, if I hit this, then I born in India, so see, I born in coming as a string, okay, and then the variable is coming country is India, okay, and then I am a CS engineer, like that you can print. Let's do one more example. Let's take I want give country, I want country to be US, country variable, country, I am storing in country variable USA, okay. So now again I will just print statement, okay, print statement. First is a string. Let's take let's go with the double quote string. I live in USA, I live in, okay, after that comma, after this is the string I want, but now I want a variable. I don't want to write USA there, but I want to take through variable, right? So this country variable I will paste here, okay, again comma, then I will, so I live in USA, I feel living in heaven, I feel living in heaven, okay, so like that. Now country, I feel living in heaven, right? So if I print this, then still I am giving I live in USA, after live in there is a variable USA coming here, and then rest of the string. Like that you can use the print statement, okay, you can use variable inside the print statement. Now there is another approach to doing this. There is another approach. Suppose I have chosen the country India and a degree. I have chosen the country variable and I am storing India as a string in this, and I am storing a variable, another variable degree, and I am storing computer science as a variable in it. Okay, now I am using print statement. I born in, okay, I use curly braces over here, again a curly braces, two curly braces I have used, and dot format. Why use format? Okay, I will tell it shortly. If I just shift enter, I'm getting, I born in India, I did computer science and graduation. What happening here? See, this is the string that you want to print, right? This is the string that we want to print. Now what will happen? Dot format. This is the syntax actually. You need to study about, search here Python dot format. Such format in Python print statement, you will get more information about this, okay? So format, first one, that is a country, and second is a degree. So in first curly brace, in place of first curly brace, country will be coming. Okay, what is stored in the country? India. These are the variables. Country and degree are the variables. What is the data stored? India and computer science, right? So in place of first curly brace, country will be coming. In case of second curly brace, degree will be coming. And what is stored in the degree? Computer science. So I born in India and I did computer science I did degree computer science in graduation. So I hope you understand this. So let's take one more example. Let's take the example of let's say country is now USA. Country now USA. Now not just a computer science, but I did electrical engineering also. Electrical engineering, computer science and electrical engineering. This is the common degree in USA. So let's take now I born in, now let's take curly braces. You have to give curly braces. This is the string that you want to print, but two curly braces. These two curly braces for two variables, country and degree. Dot format. This is the syntax actually that you need to remember. If I hit shift enter, so I born in USA, I did a computer science and electrical engineering graduation. So I hope you must have understood this. Now there are different string functions, okay, that you can operate. See, I have stored my name Amol in the variable name. Now, okay, what are the different options, like what are the different options that I am available for to operate on this particular, what are the different operations that I can perform on this particular string, right? Name, I have considered variable name and a stored the string is Amol. Now if I write name okay, if and then dot, and if I hit tab now, tab key, okay, tab, I will see some options like capitalize. See, these many operations you can perform on a particular string, okay. If suppose I used operation capitalize, okay, then you have to like this, okay, capitalize and the function, the opening and closing or brackets, okay. If I shift enter, see what is doing, it is capitalizing first word, because here it is written Amol, while A is small, but it is starting because name, the capital first letter should be capital, right? So it is capitalizing that letter, particular letter. If I write suppose here let's take instead of Amol, let's take John. Instead of Amol, let's take John, John, John. So it will capitalize. Suppose I stored in name, and then if I hit capitalize, then see John is coming. See, G is capital now. Okay, capitalize. Like that, the function upper is there. Upper, everything will be in a capital letters. Whatever stored in the name, that will be appear in a capital letter. If I hit enter, see John is coming now, because name is stored, John is stored. Now every letter converted into an uppercase letter. Okay, so name dot upper is a function. Now you want to count, now name dot count, you want to count letter A in the John, okay, in the name variable. You want to count how many times A occurs, but there is no in the John word, right? So it will give 0 answer, 0, there is no A. But if I write John, let's take John Allen, okay, Allen America, John Allen America is the big string. Now in this particular string, how many times A occurred? So name is John Allen America stored in name. Now name dot count A. If I hit shift enter, okay, what happened? Okay, now I haven't run this particular cell. Whenever you are changing any data in the cell, you have to run that cell first. Okay, I have hit enter. Now I should get a name. See, 3 times A occurred. So this A, America A, and this A. Okay, so 3 times A occurred. So these are the different. You are number of functions are there that you can operate on a string. You have to study about this in a detail. Okay. Now what I am using a typecasting. Now next concept that we want to study here is typecasting in Python. So how we do typecasting. So in typecasting, okay, let me name this time. Okay, typecasting. Suppose let's take a variable called. Let's take a number. Number is equal to, see, number 5. Okay, if I store, okay, in the number I stored an integer 5. If I see the type, what is the type of this number, it will show me. I have already shown you this. It will show me the type as integer. Definitely, yeah, integer type, because 5 is an integer. If I give 5.0 and if I check now, type is float, right? But what if I write like this, number and then 5. So what is this? This single quotation, whatever be the single or double quotation, will be considered as a string. If I did, see, now type is giving str. What is the type means? Str means string. The type is string. Okay, but let's take, I want to add 6 plus this number. Okay, committed a mistake. Okay, 6 plus this number. So what I'm getting error, unsupported type of int string. You cannot add a number 6 to a string, even though it's a 5, but it is a string, it is a single quote, right? You cannot add them. You need to convert this number into a string first. So how do I convert the number into a string? How do I convert the string into a number? Integer, right? Because 6 is an integer and you are adding string to that. That's why it is giving error. There is addition can be formed between integer and integer, right? So you need to convert this string type into integer type. So how do you do that? There is a function called int. If I write number, okay, I know I already told you about object reassignment integer. Okay, I am writing int function. Int function is there and I am passing this number through this int function. So what this will do? This will convert this string into an integer. Okay, So now hit, okay. Now let me create a new cell over here, new cell, okay. If I check now type of the number, now it will give me integer, right? It will give me integer because number was for the string. I have checked the type is string, but now I have used the integer function. Integer function converted string into an int, okay. Now it is number. Now if I add 6 plus this number, let's take 6 plus this number, okay. Mistake, okay. 6 plus it should return me 11. So I am getting the result 11 now. So you must have understood typecasting. So you can convert a string into an integer using the int function. So next is the input function. Why we use the input function in the Python? Why we use the input function in Python? So to get user input, you use the input function. So like suppose I want to add two numbers, but I want user to give the input. I want user should give the input. So let's take number one, okay. And here I told you your variable can start with the number, but it can come in between or at the end, but can't start with the number, okay. So I'm giving number one. Yeah, I'm using here input function, and I'm asking the user enter a number 1, okay. Enter number 1, and then again I'm again reprinting it, okay. Just number 2, let's take number 2, okay. Enter a number 2. So this will be, this message will be going into in a screen where user will be asked to enter a number, okay. Input function, you are taking the user input from the keyboard. So number 1 and 2. Now you want to print number 1 plus number 2. What is the addition of these two numbers that you want to print? Print number 1 plus number 2. Now let's execute this code. What's happened? So I hit the enter. So see, it is asking me what happened. Okay, so it is asking me two numbers. So number 1, number 2. So it is asking me enter number 1, okay. It is taking user input. So I write here 25, okay. Now it is asking, now this first statement executed, now second statement executing, right. So it is asking user input. I am giving here, let's take okay, see, this is not 125, 25 actually the number 1 is coming because of this, okay. So yeah, because of this, so let me give colon, double colon over here so that you will not get confused, okay. Colon and the space, let me give colon and the space so that you should not get confused, okay. Yeah, now it should return, okay. What happened? It is not running. What happened? It is not running. Okay, so let me hit shift enter. What's the problem? Why it is not running? It should run actually. It should run. What's the problem? Okay, so starting this, okay, so running this program again. Now see, colon is come, okay. Now it is nice. Let's take, I am taking first number as 25, hitting enter. Now I am taking the second number as, let's take 30. So it should return me the sum 55, right? If I hit shift enter, so it is coming 25 and 30. Why it is not giving why it is not giving 55? Because whatever coming inside from the input function in Python, that will be by default will be a string. That will be by default a string. Whatever you are asking from the user in the input function, okay, that the whatever the input you are giving, that will be always string. Whether you write a string or a number, that will be always treated as a string. So you just add it string. It is doing like this, means adding the string 25 plus adding a string 30. This operation will be 2530. Of course, this I will get new string. That's what happened over here. Add this string to this string, right? But I want number sum. I want a number sum. So what I need to do? And what I need to do? I need to take the. I need to typecast over here, right? So what I can do? Either I can directly write int function over here before whatever the input it has taken. Convert it into the integer first, okay, then stored. First take the input from the user and then convert into integer and then store in the number. Like that, if I write int over here, int and then, okay, I am using multiple functions over here. Int function will take the input, integer will convert into integer and then storing in the number 2. If I hit shift enter now, then if I let's take I read 30, then I read 20, I should get 50. Yeah, I'm getting 50 now. Okay. So now these are the numbers. If their type is number, earlier it was string. See, always remember input function by default, whatever data you are writing, you're inputting, that will be considered as a string by default. Okay. So let's do one more example. Yes, I want a name. Name. Let's take. I'm asking user your name. I'm asking the user your name. Let's take input. Okay. Input. Enter your first name. Enter your first name. Okay. And colon, and again I'm asking another input from the user, that is your roll number. Okay, your roll number. Now this is one more variable I'm asking. Now input, enter your roll number. So roll number I will write over here, roll number. Okay, so input function. Now two inputs I'm asking, your name and your roll number. Okay, so roll number should be integer, right? So I need to use here int function, right? Int function. I need to use int function over here. Okay, now what I will do, I will print this data. Okay, and now I'm writing here a student name is. Now student name is, I don't want to write a name, right? Whatever the data coming as an input, right? I need to write over here, right? So I will give this variable. So what I will use, I want to use here a comma, that variable name, your name, that's a variable name. Oh, sorry. That variable name, copy, paste, okay? Your name, and then what I will write, your student name. Okay, this should be string actually. Okay, this should be string. Okay, this variable name, comma, we have already studied this. Now your name, and again new string I want to start, and your roll number. Oh, what happened? Okay, and your roll number. Okay, this is the new string, this string. Okay, your name and your roll number. Okay, again you are giving comma over here, and you will start here your roll number. That's the thing. Okay, so yeah. So again you can and is okay. Student details. At the end you can write student details. Student details. It's student details you can write at the end. So okay, convert into code. Okay, now you can run. See what I have done, I have created a big string like student name is your name. So whatever input you have taken in the name, that will come over here, and then and your roll number. Let's take your roll number, okay, and after that your roll number, this string is there, and again a new variable. I need to use comma, 2 commas, right? In between I can write the variable name, your roll number, and then student details. That string I want to put at the end. If I hit shift enter, then it's asking my name. Okay, I write the name is, let's take John. Now John I have written. What is the John roll number? John roll number will be 14. That will be treated as a string first, and then it will be converted into typecasting through integer. So 14. If I hit shift enter, so student name is, your name is John coming, right? And your roll number is 14. Roll number. After roll number there is a variable name, your roll number, 14 is stored in that. So that is coming, and student details. That's how it is printed. Now let's study about the indexing. So sometimes back I told you about the indexing. Again I am telling you, in Python indexing start from 0. If I write over here, let's take John, okay, inside the computer memory, okay, inside the computer memory John will be stored like this, JHON. So this index will be 0, this index will be 1, this index will be 2, and this index will be 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now why do we use indexing? Let's first, okay, let's learn this indexing concept first. Okay, heading indexing. Okay, so first, okay, so indexing, yeah, okay. So let's take name is equal to John. Name is equal to John. Name is equal to John. Okay. Now I want only first. What is the character at the first index? What is the character at the first index? Is J, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I write name, and if I use square bracket, and if I write 0 over here, so whatever will be at the index 0, that will be printed. So at index 0 J is present, right? Already told you. Now if I want, let's take want to print what is at index 3. Okay, so let's take, I have taken name, and what is the index? What is at the index? 0, 1, 2, 3. So at name 3, so I'll getting n, right? Last character, because the index is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3. So I got 3 over here. Okay. So there is a concept of negative indexing also. There is a concept of negative index also. So let's change the name to, let's take name is equal to, let's take John, let's take str1 name string, okay, and the string is, I am given a variable name as str1, okay, don't confuse with the string. So I am giving John from America. John from America. This is the string I have given. Okay. See, these spaces also consider character. Okay. So how will be indexing over here? Indexing will be over here from like 0, 1, 2, then n will be 3, right? And this space will also be considered as a character. Okay. 4. And this f will have an index 5, like that. There will be indexing. Space will also have an index number. Okay. So now if I let's take okay, so if I want to print from a set of character, I want substring. Actually I want a string from, okay, there is a concept of negative indexing also, because this is positive indexing 0, 3, but if you do negative indexing from the end, right? If I write str minus 1, then what will happen? Minus 1, then last character will be printed. Let's see, str minus 1. Why it is throwing error? I must have, I haven't run this cell actually. Yeah. Now it should not give me error. Okay. It is giving me A. Okay. So str minus 1 means last character. Now it will be start counting from the last. But actually this index can't be taken. We can't take it as 0. Because minus 0 will be same as 0. Right. So we'll start from minus 1. If I write minus 2 over here, so I will take like I'm getting C, right? Minus 2 means A will have an index minus 1 and C will have an index minus 2. If you are counting from the end of the string, if you are counting from the starting, then it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay? So I hope you must have understood indexing. Now let's study what is slicing. This is the last concept in the string. After that, string concept will be end. Okay? Slicing is very, very important because we are studying Python for the data analysis, and slicing is very important concept from the data analysis point of view. So let me take this string. Okay? So what I want a part of this string. I don't want entire string, but I want a part of this string. So what I will do, I will type str1 and I will get square bracket. What I want from index number 2 up to the index number 9. So I have to write here 10. So what is the logic? It will start taking character from index number 2, but it will exclude the character present at index number 10. Okay? Exclude character at index number 10, but it will take the character at index number 2. Means it will take character from index 2 to index 9. Okay? Like that. You have to write this only. Okay? So what, let's run this and then count. Okay, it is giving on from, okay, index 2. What is index 2? 0, 1, 2. So it will start from O and it will go up to index 9. I told you this is excluded. Index number 10 is excluded. It will go till index 9. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 1 is a space, right? So I will see data up to M and there is a space, right? Space also, because the 9th character is a space, right? So space is coming. If I want 2 to 10 characters, right? So A will also wait. 2 to 10 character from index 2 to index 10. Then I will have to write here 11. Then it will count from index 2 to index 10. So let's shift enter. Now I am getting A also. So 0, 1, 2 from O till the index 10, not till index 11. Okay? This is excluded. Lower bound is included, but upper bound is excluded. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 is A. So I am getting A over here. So I hope you understood this slicing. Now now play with this str. Let's play from 5 till, let's play like 5 till end. Oh, what is this? What is this? I am unable to understand. Oh, 5. From 5. From index number 5 onwards everything. From index number 5. What is index number 5? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From F. F is the index number 5. From 5 onwards everything. Right? 5 after 5 colon everything means from 5 up till every character till end of the string. Okay? Like that you can write. Now if I write over here like only if I write only colon means everything, it will print string as it is because everything is included. Now if I write up to, let's take from starting, let's take 5. What is this? What it will print? Starting from index 0 because nothing is means starting from index 0 up to index 4 because ending is excluded. So up to starting from index 0 till index 4. So if I hit shift enter, so I am getting John. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a space. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is a space. So space is coming over here, right? If I write here, let's say 6. then I should get F also, right? So I am getting the index 0 to 5, so F is coming, right? It is at index 5, so ending is excluded. Okay, so I hope you must have understood this slicing. Now let's do negative slicing. So if I write here str, let's take from -3, str from -4 till end. Okay, so what result I am getting? So I am getting Rika -4. -4 means -1, because when you are counting minus negative indexing, you have to count from end. So -1, -2, -3, -4. So -4 is R. Okay, -4 is R. Okay, so coming till end means Rika, complete Rika will be coming, right? So like that you can play with the slicing. So I hope you must have understood this string concept in the Python. If you have any doubts, please write in the comment section. I will explain the concept once again. I'll send you special video if you request. Then please, if you have any doubt, please write in the comment section. So you can subscribe to the channel Software Database. I'll be coming with the new tutorials in the Python every day. So thank you for the watching. Bye bye.